Hi everyone, I'm Abby and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Now, last episode we went to trial and we cross-examined Trello and Ben. Mostly Trello though. And we're gonna go back to trial today. Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? Well, we talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. When I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means? It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Is that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Wow, Max, never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure about what to be when I grew up. Magician or president? You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. Court is now back in session. Ms. Von Conroy, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Well, Mr. Lawrence Kules, please take the stand. Why did you just call him a pitiful clown? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. Miles isn't the only one who has trouble with that sometimes. In West Philadelphia, born and raised in the Pangers where I spent my name and occupation. When the witness please inform the court why he's speaking autobiographical gibberish. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. What the world are you talking about? We're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. This is easy to see your occupation. Please state your name for the court. Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. This joke's just stupid, but yeah. Okay, how about this? Having met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts. How was that one? They're dumb, but a couple of clowns were up to no good, started making trouble, and... Your name. Lawrence Curls. Professional funny man, also known as Moe the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder, correct? Yes. Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian. Without the humor, please. Okay. Aw, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. And yes, there was a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reference, if you didn't already catch that. I didn't sing it out because I'm a terrible singer. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I've been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. That's my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying, even tried to come up with jokes just for today. This atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try to making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, What do you think of me? How am I doing? Wow, he's unintentionally funny. Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you, I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. If I had to go straight to sleep before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though. It was the ringmaster and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course, Yukon. There is no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the witness's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright? Your Honor? I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Yes, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? What's wrong with the corny jokes? Yeah, it's one of the few times where you can't press everything, otherwise you'll get in trouble. You just happened to glance out of the window? You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Plants don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday. Once I took myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow, 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 ow. That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Moe were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. You should start turning the tables in our favor. I heard a huge noise outside the window. That's what made me take a look outside. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Oh, how'd you know that I was gonna make a joke? I guess the sound sounded like it's supposed to sound like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit, huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. You let us enjoy the completely random non-sequitur. Or how you pronounce that word. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found in the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Moe, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know it is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see that crime? We do. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Moe said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. Yeah, he did say that. However, Moe just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them and all of a sudden Max clonked the wingmaster over the head. And Moe is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound. There was no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 1972, a crack. That was an A-Team reference here. Mr. Curls, how did you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? It didn't commit. Those clowns promptly escaped from maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Mick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much? When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. Prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again. So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clock the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep. He was on permanent vacation, as they say. Mr. Hurls, Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. Ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. If I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I'll put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. Yeah, judge isn't messing around for once. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. You have to believe in that. Alright, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. This poster actually comes in handy. See? He's saying his cloak and his hat, but what about the roses? Yeah, he didn't mention the roses. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Moe, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yeah! Everyone get ready. All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Moe? Do you like pie? I love pie. Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth. No fractions. Order, order. Moe, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses in the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention the roses are white. There's no way you could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He is just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trollo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those three ridiculous symbols. I couldn't mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Trollo saw them all. Trollo saw all three of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There was absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now what am I supposed to think? Am I supposed to disregard the pointless with this? Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. Come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, a remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in this next statement, I'm prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance. There's no doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there, I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. You're going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Cross's statement. You better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. We've only got a single shot at this. Gotta be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. Now, don't press any statements here. Yeah. That's pretty much what that's saying, yeah. It has to present evidence, not press. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly how one would mistake a thing like that. I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means the silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No, that's not true! Order, order, order! Mr. Curls. Yes, Your Honor? What is the meaning of all this? We're old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you were sitting above me doesn't matter no matter how old you get to be younger than you. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He's turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Moe? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you'd say. Are you sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Or Saturday sure to love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter our stories to how the criminal left the scene? No footprints. It's only the victim's footprints, not the murderer's. Look at this picture. See? The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. So, Moe, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls, yes? The testimony you've provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just that I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order! Order! I will have order! Franziska Von Karma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth of what you say you saw, Mr. Curls. Ha! You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. Now it's time for our next segment, Moe Knows. Everything that I've said on my tongue has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw This is the truth now, get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Fine people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. To leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why would you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? It's obvious the witness's eyes are playing tricks on him. Don't be such a fool. What in the world do you think I would mistake that jerk for? Jeez, I didn't say you were lying. Wow, he looks really serious right now. More serious than he's looked all day. I suppose I'll let you all into my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. I just can't wrap my head around that could actually happen. You imbecile! If you disregard the need for proof, Miss Von Kram's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. So we'll conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. I made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best to catch this sucker. Yeah. Bit ridiculous, isn't it? We know people can't fly, yet they actually seem to think he did it because he flew. Yeah. But, yeah. Thanks for watching. And feel free to like and comment and subscribe and check out my Twitch and Ko-Fi and Twitter/X. Next episode, we'll continue this case and start to investigate again. I look forward to that. Peace off.